Welcome to BaronSays. Today we're going to do some pork steaks. Pork steak feet fried in butter. I'm going to do it on an outdoor griddle. Prefer to do it that way. I think it's the best way. I'll show you two different ways. A juicy way and a crispy way. I prefer the crispy way. I like my meat darker. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and season this right now. I'm going to use salt and pepper and seasoned salt. Butter for when we fry it. Let's go ahead and season it fast. I'll give you a good look at the seasoning here when I'm done. When you're done seasoning, you always want to kind of pat it in, kind of like make it stick, you know. Want to be generous, but not too generous, if that makes sense. Alright. Got that washer sounding evil like. Alright, so I'll give you a look here. So like that, roughly. Just go ahead and pat it in. You can use a paper towel on your hands or whatever way you'd like to do it. Just kind of like pat it in. Make sure you get some good seasoning on the rind of the fat, because that's the best part. Just kind of pat it in there. Season both sides. Let's get to the next step. Okay, so now we're gonna cut our toes, so to speak, on our steak here. The purpose of this is to keep it from curling up. When you have these fat rinds and you put them down, it tends to curl up, and then when you flip it, it's hard to cook the other side evenly. So doing the toes in an attempt to make it flatter. Sometimes while it's cooking, I'll cut the toes while it's cooking, or I'll cut some more while it's cooking. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so this one is kind of a fall apart piece here, kind of, but I'll show you. So this is the rind here that we want to cut our toes on, so I'll show you that. Get a nice and sharp knife. Be careful, because it's so wiggly, it's hard to get support. Probably better to use a cutting board, but yeah, I'm over here doing it on the tray that I bought these on. I'll give you a closer look when I'm done here. So we just want to cut like, I don't know, inch apart, half inch, something like that. Kind of a judgment call on the rind. You want to cut down about 1.5 inches. And I'll show you what it looks like here. Looks kind of crazy, but it helps a lot. Probably have to cut a little more on this one. Here you go. Now you can see this is our rind. It looks like toes, like monster toes. That's no good. Alright, so I'll go ahead and cut the rest of these, and we'll go ahead and start cooking. Okay, so we're out here with my griddle. I'm going to throw some butter on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rub a stick of butter on there and throw our steaks on. About medium heat, like I said. Gotta try to hurry up and do this because it's kind of a delicate operation. You don't want that butter to burn, get too dark, because then it'll reflect on the taste a little bit. Alright, so we're buttered. Throw our steaks down. You don't want to start off with it too hot, because like I said, with the butter, once it's going, it's okay when you got butter. I always like to kind of start it slow on the heat. So meaning that when I preheat, I'm only preheating for a couple of minutes. Because you can as you can hear for yourself, it's not sizzling very hard yet. But like I said, I'm trying to prevent this butter from burning. Love the taste of the butter, better than any oil. This is a non-stick surface, I guess, kind of. So you probably don't really need anything. I mean, I always thought that we need something on here because I feel like it'll get stuck, but I always cook with butter. I don't use oil. I don't like oil. So let me give you a better look here of our steaks, and then we'll get to the next step. We'll be back for a flip. I'm guessing 7 minutes on each side. Okay, so we're about 7 minutes in. Please forgive the fan for the air conditioning. We're outside. Sorry. I'll give you a look at what it looks like, or what it should look like when you want to flip it. See how it's like juice pull in there? Yeah. So let's go ahead and flip them. And let's see here. What I like to do is I like to flip one over on top of the other one, so I don't get the wet part down on the plate, because I'm going to put some more butter on it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to flip this up, and flip it right on top of this other one. And then I'm going to get my butter. Put my butter down. Do that. So that way I don't have no problem with sticking, right? Do the same thing with these other ones here. You drop it in between them. Go. We did curl up a little bit, even though we did cut our toes into our steaks here, but this is not 100% foolproof. Okay, so I say go for another 7 minutes. But like I said, since it kind of curled up, and I'll show you, you probably need to watch it a little bit more than just leaving it, and just kind of like push the edges down. If you have one of those meat presses, you can probably put that on there. Keep those ends down. Looks pretty good so far, though. I'll give you a look. Not bad. So let's go for another 7. Okay, I'm back about 5 to 7 minutes in. I consider these ones done for a person who likes juicier pork chops, maybe a little blood. These ones are done. I'll give you a look at them. Excellent for that. I like mine crispy, so I'm going to go another few minutes on each side, but I'll give you a look at this. There you go. Those ones are done. That's how most people like their meat. I'm trying to get my chops to resemble like bacon. So I'm gonna go a few more minutes on each side. Okay, so there's our finished product. I'm gonna fry up some zucchini, some frozen ones. Just gonna throw some butter in a pan and some seasonings and fry them up until they're warm. Okay, I'm back here with our end result. I got 3, so I guess this one is for you. I'll give you an extreme close-up here and give you our end result. There it is. Go ahead and bite into one. 2, 3. Right off the bone. Sometimes the one right off the bone is good. You may ask yourself, Baron, why are using paper plates and plastic forks? To that I say, this is a cheap cut of meat. It's not expensive, so doesn't require fancy dinnerware. So the zucchini, just frozen slices, salt, pepper, butter, seasoned salt. Basically the same thing. It's amazing. Definitely say go for it. If you ask me, the pork steak, the pork shoulder is the best cut as far as something like that goes. Thank you for watching. Please thumbs up, subscribe. Have a good one.